We should be live now. I didn't click the unmute button,
Are we really live? Yeah, oops.
but we're
So
here now.
let's try this again.
Yes.
Welcome to Movie at the Misfits. Glad you could join us.
But yeah,
And as I was asking, have you seen this yet? We are watching 1931 version of Frankenstein from Hammer Horror, now owned by Universal Pictures.
I have not seen this one. This is one of those that is the kind of movie we were looking for where you have seen it and I have not. Give me just 1 second. I got to plug my charger in. Or we're going to be in a real bind.
Oh, oops. Yeah, that would be bad.
But
Well,
yeah,
um,
if you want to watch this with us, if you will either click that link on our Discord, or if you're already in our Discord, you can join the Misfits at the Movie channel. You'll see Pam and I's voices going in there. You can join in there and click on the watch stream, and you'll be able to watch the movie along with us. Pam has started it, has got it on DVD, and we're all going to watch it together here. We would watch it together on cam, or on Twitch, but we would go to Bezos jail. So we're not going to do that.
yeah, we're trying to avoid any copyright and DCMA infringement,
Yeah,
cease and desist letters.
I would prefer not to be contractually obligated to work at Amazon for the rest of my life. So,
This is true.
which
This
is
is
what
true.
happens.
The day job does make me kind of crazy, but I'd still rather do that than the Amazon thing. Um, Also, if you caught our charity stream the other night, that link is still open, and every dollar counts if you haven't been able to donate yet. Although, thanks to all our wonderful donations, we are now up to $2,000 for Game to Grow, which is pretty awesome. Um, and
Yeah,
that's going to be in a few more days.
it was an
If we
incredible
get that up.
success. We were so glad. Pam and I were in the background on that when we were running all of the behind the scenes stuff, doing the giveaways and that kind of thing. But we were really happy with how well that went.
Yeah,
You guys did a tremendous job raising money, and we really, really appreciate that. And I know Game to Grow will as well, because they're not a massive
absolutely.
charity. They're a more local, small scale, so this money will mean a lot to them.
Yeah, and then we also know it was really close. For those of you who don't know, this is close to Corey's heart
Mm-hmm.
because he is in his day job an educator working with kids. So it's a very big deal.
It is.
And thank you everybody for contributing. Um, so let's talk about this movie a little bit before we get going.
Oh, look, Pam.
1931. Yes.
I made a mistake, and I wore a shirt that's green, and my green screen is real excited about it.
That's okay. I'm kind of blending in with
Blending
the
in.
background myself.
Yeah. But yeah, let's
If
talk
it
about
was
this
a
movie.
little bit lighter, it would just be my bobblehead. So you're almost there anyway. All right. So it's, the 1930s, the movies weren't long. I mean, I get to the point where like, oh my gosh, it's so short, but it was only an hour and 10 minutes. It's not a huge one. It starts off with a warning to the audience because they were afraid people would get scared or not be prepared. Um, of the actors in it, the ones most of us know would be Boris Karloff. And he was in, I think, all the Hammer pictures. He's obviously Dr. Frankenstein's monster in this one. And he's also been in The Mummy, The Ghoul, Bride of Frankenstein, Mad Monster Party. We've got to watch that at some point. That was a good one too. And what happened with our images here, Matt?
What's going on?
I don't know. You tell me.
Ooh, oh, you know what that is? That's me. I did that. I changed something in Discord, and it wasn't happy,
I
but we're
see
back
it.
now.
Yeah, and it's got the wrong movie at the bottom.
Does it really?
Yeah, it does. It says Horror of Dracula.
Oh, let me
So what
change
did
that
you
real
do?
quick. I'll edit
You
that.
better make that part go around.
Oh, I can change it.
So
But
Boris Karloff did have quite a prolific career. He had 205 credits to his name, and the last three of his films were actually released posthumously. And he died. He was 81 when he died. So that man was working for a very long time, and you've probably seen him in lots of different things. The other primary actors are Colin Clive as Dr. Frankenstein. Um, And oddly enough, he died 6 years after this film was released. He did make 16 other movies in his very young life. He was only 37 when he passed.
Oh, wow.
There's Mae Clark as Elizabeth, and she started as a dancer and then transitioned to film in 1929. And she was last on film in 1971, so she had a 40-year career as well. And then John Bowles was Victor, and he was working in film until he got tired of it until 1953, and then he went into the oil business and made lots of money.
It's a good business to
And
go
he
into.
actually, especially when you're in Texas,
And in the 50s.
and he starred opposite Shirley Temple as well as Barbara Stanwyck, so he's gotten some airplay as well.
You know, I really might look into John Bowles because the area of Texas that I'm from is East Texas, and this was the place where all of the oil was. We have museums in most of the towns around here dedicated to the oil history of our area. And in my high school that I went to, if you didn't go to work at the prison in town, you went to work in the oil fields because it's where all the jobs are. So I'd be interested to see if he was in this area after his acting career.
I'm very, very likely. Now, the Venice Film Festival, I know we've all heard about it. So it was actually already running back then. And Frankenstein was one of the nominations for the 1932 Venice Film Festival.
Really?
And I was looking it up. The estimated box office back then was $291,000. Now, remember, that doesn't sound like very much, but ticket prices were, 5-10 cents a ticket. So that would have been around a $20 million take.
Wow.
In today's money, yeah.
What was the budget on it? Do you know?
It was minimal.
Most of these
I wrote it
Hammer
down
films
somewhere. Yeah, low budget. That was Hammer's trademark. They were all filmed in England, and it was funny. I see Chris the Dam mentioned Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. So the set that I picked up, this DVD set, it's the Complete Legacy collection, and it has, along with this movie, The Bride of Frankenstein, The Son of Frankenstein, The Ghost of Frankenstein, Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, The House of Frankenstein, The House of Dracula, and then, of course, Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
We're definitely doing that.
We're going to have to do that one because that's going to be just hysterical.
Yeah, for sure.
And because this has been such a wonderful film, Universal is not letting the rights go to this because they keep making money off of this film.
You know, it's actually incredible to me with Hammer how many actors' careers they launched. And we can go ahead and start the movie, Pam, but I do want to talk about that, about, how last week we had Peter Cushing and, oh my gosh, his name escapes me.
Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
And Boris Karloff.
Boris Karloff. I mean, just all of these
Vincent
guys.
Price.
Yeah. Vincent Price.
Yep.
I could talk about Vincent Price for a long time because he was successful, but at the same time, when you see him, you're like, oh, this is going to be like a cheesy horror movie. Versus, when you see Christopher Lee, you think of Sauron and like all these just epic characters.
No, he's always been my favorite Dracula. So.
He is. But yeah.
And death metal. Yeah. So let's go ahead and kick it off, and we'll shatter in the back here and there.
Yeah.
And away we go.
How do you do? Mr. Carl Lemley feels it would be a little unkind to present this picture without just a word of friendly warning. We're about to unfold the story of Frankenstein, a man of science who sought to create a man after his own image, without reckoning upon God. It is one of the strangest tales ever told. It deals with the two great mysteries of creation, life and death. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you.
So British.
So if any of you
What a storyteller this guy is.
Such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Just the way that he speaks builds so much tension.
how Phineas was his understudy.
Yeah, for sure. I love these old title cards they used to do.
Mm-hmm. The audio coming across okay on your side?
Yeah, it sounds great to me. I don't know, do we have anybody in our Discord checking it out? If you jump in our Discord in the Movie Night channel, you can actually watch along with us. And yeah, the audio and the video is both great. That looks like Nosferatu in the back of that image to me. Man, you know, you
I
don't...
love how they put a question mark for the monster. You gotta love that.
I do love that. I do love that. So how far into Boris Karloff's career was this? Was this one of the first things he did? Where they didn't want...
It is one of his earliest.
Because, you know, now if you tried to put a question mark over somebody's name in
That
a
would have been
movie...
late.
Yeah. In my head, I just like to think that all of these extras just went from filming Frankenstein to just the next sound studio over to work on the next Hammer Studio movie that was coming out.
They just jammed them out.
They did.
Because there was one where Christopher Lee had like 5 movies released in the same year.
I hate to keep bringing everything back to Sherlock Holmes, but that guy would have made a fantastic Sherlock too. His face, I like it. Has he just got a?
Help yourself.
Is that a bowl or a bell, or is that a lantern that he's got there?
It's incense burner.
Oh, Whitney is making noise. I'm gonna have to mute her. All right. Man, look at the set work on this, Pam. I'm getting like such goosebumps just from the sounds that are in it and the way that the set is used. I love the stuff that looks...
lighting.
Yeah, I love stuff that looks more like a theater production than a movie.
I swear that's a corncob pipe. And the patches on his jacket, his vest.
Yeah. Man, they actually fed Igor methamphetamine before they let him on set today.
I love that Reaper statue.
I know.
I want one of those. I need that for Halloween. Hell, all you.
Rising. We've no time to lose. Oh, careful.
Grave robbers taking the whole body.
Here he comes.
It reminds me of the guy in Princess Bride.
Which one?
The one to the pain.
Waiting for a new life.
Oh, yeah.
The albino.
Yeah. It does, weirdly.
Here we are. Look. It's still here.
Oh, more fresh bodies.
Yeah.
Climb up and cup the rope.
Honestly, they're from kind of a small town. There's a lot of, like, recently dead people here.
Here's the knife.
Ritz has come to join us.
out. Here's the knife. Here I come. Is it all right? The neck's broken. The brain is useless. We must find another brain.
Why would the brain be useless if the neck was broken?
Maybe he'd been hanging there too long.
I guess. Oh no, they tore their sheet. It wasn't in the budget to get a new one. What in the hell are they laughing at?
The little skeleton bouncing up and down. Hey,
Man,
did you catch it? There was a woman in there. That's unusual.
there was.
One of the students was a woman.
That has ever come to my attention at the university. And here the abnormal brain of the typical criminal. Observe, ladies and gentlemen, the scarcity of convolutions on the frontal lobe as compared to that of the normal brain.
So you notice that it makes the water turn murky.
Of the middle frontal lobe. All of these degenerate characteristics check amazingly with the case history of the dead man before. Whose life
Yeah, but if you see, the normal one is clear.
of violence and murder. Both of these jars will remain here for your further inspection. Thank you, gentlemen. The class is dismissed.
So this is just like one step above phrenology, which was when they used to, like, you could measure people's skull and head and tell what kind of person they were going to be. You can't actually tell what someone's, like, attitude, that skeleton's still bouncing, what they're going to do in their life based on how their brain physically looks.
No, it takes an MRI to figure that out.
Yeah. Oh no, he's sneaking.
That's a great picture over on the side.
It is. Did you get the brain? Yes. Whose was it? Abby something. Abby Normal. That was it.
It's gonna drop it.
Oh yeah. I mean, we saw this gag. It's the same gag in Young Frankenstein. Stupid Igor. So Igor gets I'm sure Igor is going to get a tongue lashing for this. But Dr. Frankenstein is bringing somebody back from the dead, and he didn't read the label?
Victor Morris.
Very German voice. Her Victor Morris.
So glad you.
I love her dress.
Well, you've heard from Henry.
Yes, the first word in 4 months. It just came.
I do appreciate in this movie they are not doing the thing that Horror of Dracula did, where it was just like ambiguous what time period it was in.
Over and over again, but they're just words. But I can't
Guess what
understand.
decade we're in today?
You must have faith in me, Elizabeth.
Everyone dresses like a different decade, and sometimes we have electricity.
First, even before you. At night, the winds
I mean, they
howl
could
and
change
moan.
decades just by walking from one room to
Yep.
another.
Prying eyes can't peer into my secret. What can he mean?
What does he say then?
I am living in an abandoned old watchtower close to the town of Goldstadt. Only my assistant is here to help me with my experiments.
Oh, it's experiments.
Yes, that's what frightened me. The very day we announced our engagement, he told me of his experiments. He said he was on the verge of a discovery so terrific that he doubted his own sanity. There was a strange look in his eyes, some mystery. His words carried me right away. Of course, I've never doubted him, but still I worry. I can't help it.
So somebody who's only seen Young Frankenstein,
I'm certainly
I can't help but compare it.
Victor,
And what's her name? Was so much more an interesting character. The girl that played Lily von Stoop in Blazing Saddles. What's her name? Lillian Kahn? Madeline Kahn.
Madeline Kahn.
Yeah.
oh, what can we do? Oh, we should be ill.
Now, don't worry.
I'll go to
But
Dr.
remember,
Baldwin.
this came
That is
first.
old Professor Merrick.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
He can tell me
So
more
she
about
took this and ran with it
Yeah.
because
Your idea.
between her and Gene Wilder,
Yeah.
I shouldn't like that. I'm far too fond of you.
I wish you were.
So you said that these were filmed in England, right?
yep,
I can't help but
Hammer.
notice that nobody here has a British accent so far. And were they told not? I wonder if they were told not to use British accents or to hide it so that it would sell better internationally, or if they were actually getting American actors and actresses.
Most of them were British, but they also all typically had stage training.
I must. I'll be ready in a minute.
And you ever noticed how, like, even British musicians, when they sing, don't sing with a British accent for the
Yeah.
most part?
Yeah, and I think they're told to do that. I know on the BBC, they used to were told, like if they had a Scottish accent, like David Tennant wasn't allowed to use his real Scottish accent because they thought that it would alienate viewers, so they wanted a more London accent. And I wonder if they've done that here, but told them to try and use like,
And when it comes to Scottish accents, they're wrong.
yes, yes, for sure,
Very, very wrong.
yeah,
You mean changed as a result of his work? Yes, his work. His insane ambition to create life.
And not the old-fashioned way.
yeah.
How?
Seriously though, how is everybody not super into this? Like,
Whatever it is.
if he can like bring stuff back from the dead, like that's pretty sick. Like that's a thing that you would think that everybody would be into.
He wished us to supply him with other bodies.
Well, he's also playing God, which is typically frowned upon.
Yeah, but as a scientific mind, like that process would be really, really interesting.
To work on Hamlet. What he needed elsewhere.
I have no idea what my cat's doing.
What are the lives of a few rabbits and dogs?
You do not quite get what I mean. Frankenstein was interested only in human life. First to destroy it, then recreate it.
Oh, so he's murdering people.
Mad dream.
Can we go to him?
You will not be very welcome.
Oh, what does that matter? I must see him. Dr. Bellman, you have influence with Henry. Won't you come with us?
I'm sorry, but Herr Frankenstein is no longer my pupil.
But he respects you. Won't you help us to take him away?
Very well, Fräulein. I warned you, but if you wish it, I will go.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Look at this
That
thing.
almost looks. It looks like the top part of a robot.
It does. It looks
the
like Robbie.
robot from Robbie.
Robbie, yeah.
Oh, here's a little fun thing about this. When he does activate it, and they've got all the electric going on.
Mm-hmm.
One of those things is actually a Tesla coil,
Makes
as
sense.
in Nikola.
Yeah.
They borrowed one from him.
Really?
Yeah.
Actual Nikola Tesla. That's pretty
Yes.
wild. Oh yeah, because I wasn't even thinking about it. This was not too far after that time.
Fool. If this storm develops as I hope, you will have plenty to be afraid of before the night's over. Go on, fix the electrodes. This storm will be magnificent.
I can hear
The
it.
electrical secrets of heaven. And this time we're ready. Hey, Fritz? Ready.
Wait, his name is not Igor?
Look!
No.
There's nothing to fear. Look. No blood, no decay. Just a few stitches. And look. Here's the final touch.
Made his head square.
The brain you stole, Fritz. Think of it. The brain of a dead man. waiting to live again in a body I made with my own hands. With my own hands.
I mean, not really. I mean, you sewed it back together,
Throw
but
the switches.
Hey, sewing's not easy.
oh, that's a cool thing.
There it is.
Yeah.
Good. 15 minutes, the storm should be at its height.
How does he know that?
Then we'll be ready.
He's a scientist.
I guess. I don't think we can pretend, like, even with advanced radar, the weathermen are wrong nowadays.
Quiet. Send them away. Nobody must come here. Here. Cover this.
There is no amount of covering that if somebody walks in there, they're not going to want to know what the hell everything is.
Whoever it is, don't let them in. Leave them to me. All times for anybody to come. Now. Not much. Don't show messing about at this time of night. Got too much to do. Wait a minute. All right, all right. Wait a minute. Dr. Bosman, Fritz. You can't see it. Go away.
Love the water coming down the stairs.
I love his tiny walking stick.
Open the door!
Geraldine! Who is it? Who is it? What do you want? You must leave me alone now.
It's Elizabeth! Open the door!
Especially going down the stairs.
Man, this movie really had to be one of the first movies that
You must leave me alone.
super set in that mad scientist look. Like, this is what mad scientists wear.
Yep. He's just missing the gloves right now.
Yeah. And some goggles, but
Locked doors. Elizabeth,
it's all this nonsense of locked doors. I don't know, dude. It's my house and it's nighttime.
What's the matter?
You don't want anyone coming
all
in.
right. Truly I am. Oh, can't you see I mustn't be disturbed? You will
You
ruin
are
everything.
disturbed.
My experiment is almost complete.
Wait a moment. I understand.
Is he the bad guy? Is Frankenstein a bad guy?
Tonight.
Henry, you're inhuman. You're crazy. Crazy.
I think he's. Well, I think Jeff Goldblum said it back. Just because you can do a thing doesn't mean you should do a thing.
That's very true. But he's not doing it. I don't think he's doing this maliciously. He might be doing
No.
it unwisely.
But you know, that's how we got the A-bomb too. So
I mean, that's true.
you see his paws? He fell asleep.
Very well. Forgive me, but I'm forced to take unusual precautions.
But also remember, he gave Igor a job whose name is apparently Fritz. And Fritz probably doesn't have a lot of other job options. Like, that was pretty cool of him.
Sit down.
Yeah. The first one to employ the disabled.
Yeah.
You too, Elizabeth. Please.
Though I don't know. Maybe he doesn't pay Fritz. Maybe Fritz is like
Go.
is just
Room
a,
and board.
a slave. Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll see about that. Don't touch that!
What do you mean? It's clearly a body.
Sorry, Doctor, but I insist.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that shape can be.
Please. Dr. Bauman, I learned a great deal from you at the university about the violet ray, the ultraviolet ray.
Ooh, those are some good,
With the highest
like,
power in the
hokum
spectrum.
medicine right there.
You were wrong.
I remember in ultraviolet medicine that I've read about that. It is absolute trash. I would love to have one of the machines though. They're really cool.
The great ray that first brought life into the world. Oh, and your proof? Tonight you shall have your proof. At first I experimented only with dead animals.
Sometimes
And then
dead
a
is
human
better.
heart,
Yeah,
which I kept
sometimes dead is better.
for weeks. But
You know
now
who said that? Herman
I'm
Munster.
going to turn that ray on
And he
that
was
monster.
Frankenstein.
Now it
Fred Gwynn.
Is it not the guy that played, I thought it was the guy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was amazing in My Cousin Vinny.
It has never lived. I created it. I made it with my own hands from the bodies I took from graves, from the gallows, anywhere.
Did they ever explain why he didn't just use a body? Like why he picked
Why he
different...
mix and match?
Yeah. Is that ever like explained? I don't remember that in the book.
It's essentially he's looking for what he feels are the best parts.
I guess. But that's a lot of extra work.
Quite a good
Yes.
scene, isn't it? One man crazy,
Oh, I love the camera angle.
very sane spectators.
Put the candle back. Whoa! Oh, look at those big dumb shoes. I love the noise.
Ben Franklin had nothing on this guy.
Yeah. The real question is, do we get a good "it's alive" in this one?
Yes. Guess you're about to find out.
Oh, he's flipped.
I know what it feels like to be God.
Hubris.
Alive.
Henry is well, but he's very busy. He said he would get in touch with you soon.
Don't worry about it, Baron. He'll be home in a few days.
Man, he doesn't just have a smoking jacket. He has a smoking hat.
You think I'm an idiot, don't you?
Yes.
But I'm not. Anyone can see with half an eye there's something wrong. And I've two eyes. Pretty good ones at that. Well, what is it? You're quite mistaken, Baron. What's the matter with my son? What's he doing?
He's completing his experiments, that's all.
Why does he go missing around an old room?
I was curious where he got all the money to do this.
House, a bath, good food,
Daddy
and drink,
Warbucks.
Yeah.
and a darn pretty girl to come back to. Will you tell me that?
Baron, you don't understand.
I understand perfectly well. There's another woman, and you're afraid to tell me. Pretty sort of experiments these must be.
Oh, but you're wrong.
And how do you know? Hmm?
If you please, Herr Baron, the Burgomaster.
Well,
This woman has never heard of German anything.
nothing the Burgomaster can say can be of the slightest importance. Good day, Herr Baron. Fräulein? Well, what do you want? If it's trouble, go away. I've trouble enough. Oh, there's no trouble, sir. What do you mean, no trouble? There's nothing but trouble. I brought you these flowers,
Thank you, Herr Vogel.
both in my private and official capacities as Burgomaster. Yes, we know all about that, but what do you want?
Well, what I really want to know is, when will the wedding be, if you please?
Unless Henry comes to his senses, there'll be no wedding at all.
But, Herr Baron, the village is already prepared.
We'll tell him to unprepare.
Oh, but such a lovely bride. Such a fine young man, the very image of his father.
Heaven forbid.
But, sir, everything is ready.
I know that. Don't keep on saying so. You
So while these two old men are arguing,
There's nothing to cry about.
who's your favorite reanimator? Frankenstein or Herbert West's reanimator? The Cthulhu Lovecraft version.
Good day, Herr Baron.
Oh,
And good riddance to you.
I don't know.
You are?
Because Herbert West was also just reanimating like hordes of rats, if I remember correctly as well,
And I.
which is pretty high.
Yeah, but then you kind of have to also go to, like, you stray over to Puppet Master, and that's pretty cool too.
What about his
Yeah.
stuff and nonsense? What about his wedding? There is
Especially the
another
ones, you know, who are at the one guy's
I'm going
beck
to
and
find
call.
her.
He's pleased with himself.
He is, I mean, with good reason.
Down, Doctor. You must be patient. Do you expect perfection at once?
Yes.
This creature of yours should be kept under guard. Mark my words. It will prove dangerous.
Dangerous. Poor old man. Have you never wanted to do anything that was dangerous?
And you call yourself a scientist.
Yeah. It's pretty flawed logic.
You never wanted to look beyond the clouds and the stars, or to know what causes the trees to bud.
Yeah, he's a scientist. That's what he does.
But if you talk like that, people call you crazy.
If you wonder what's beyond the clouds and the stars,
But if I could discover just one of
Well,
these,
back then.
what it
I feel like biology knew how flowers budded
wouldn't care if they
in the
thought
30s.
I was crazy. You're young, my friend. Your success is intoxicating. Wake up and look facts in the face. Here we have a fiend whose brain must be given time to develop. It's a perfectly good brain, Doctor. You ought to know. It came from your own laboratory. The brain that was stolen from my laboratory was a criminal brain.
Dun dun dun!
1994. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is the one that had De Niro.
Evil can come.
Ah,
Your health will be ruined if you persist in this madness. I'm astonishingly sane, Doctor. You have created a monster and it will destroy you. Patience, patience. I believe in this monster, as you call it. If you don't, well, you must leave me alone.
Pam, do you remember what the original Frankenstein's monster's name was
Elizabeth believes it.
in Mary Shelley?
My father.
Adam
No.
is what he called himself. He could actually speak and articulate himself.
Got to experiment.
And that
And-
was De Niro.
He's only a
I
Yeah.
love the way that one ended.
Well, I'm talking about in the actual book, in the text.
Oh, wow. It's been a long time.
Yeah, he actually called himself Adam, and he could like think and reason, and I think he actually like just disappeared into the sea is what actually ended up happening to him.
We gotta hydrate, dear.
Oh, hydrate. I don't have anything to drink. I have an empty cup, I can pretend.
Dork. And then the other one that's really good is I, Frankenstein with Aaron Eckhart. It was an interesting twist on it.
Ooh. Did you just have him loose?
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a really bad idea.
That's what the guy was saying.
Come in.
Will he tap dance and sing Putting on the Ritz?
No, no, not again.
Man, makeup artists back in the day were killing it.
Sit down. Sit down. You see, it understands. Watch.
Brow ridge on that guy.
Yeah. The cheeks is what gets me.
Take care there, Frankenstein. Take care.
Shut off the light.
What a tough role that has to be. It's just to be scary, but like also a little relatable.
Go and sit down.
Yeah, but I don't find him scary.
Yeah, but he has to.
Of course, I'm kind of twisted.
He has to have that look, though. You know what I mean? Like the mix of monster and like just a like pitiable creature.
It understands this time. It's wonderful.
Frankenstein, Frankenstein, where is it? Where is it? What?
He's afraid of the fire.
Yep.
Get away with that torch.
Well, the little guy deserves it. He keeps putting the torch in his face.
Quick! Fetch the rope, quick! Get him to the cellar.
Shoot it. It's a monster.
Yes. That's probably the best decision.
Like everybody's not going to be able to hear that.
Yeah.
He's finally pick on someone your own size, dude.
Decide on us. Come away, he has to spend upstairs. Give me that. Oh, come away, Fritz. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Maybe it's hungry.
I don't know. Just do Frankensteins eat?
Okay, if it kills Fritz, he deserves it because he's being a jerk.
Yeah. He's just
It's like poking the bear.
Yeah, he's just being intentionally an ass. I think Fritz got.
Fritz deserved it.
Come on, Doctor, quick, hurry.
What's he gonna do?
He hung him by the...
By the whip, yeah.
He deserved it. And apparently he got loose from the chains.
So if they want to keep him away from the door, why don't they just put like a torch on either side of the door?
Because that would make the movie very short.
Pull yourself together. What can we do?
Kill it. Yeah.
We must overpower him first. Get me a hypodermic.
What's that we say? Take off and nuke it from orbit?
Yeah, I mean, just burn everything to the ground. It's just an old abandoned windmill.
Except it's mostly stone, so it probably doesn't burn very well.
Yes, here it is. It's very strong. Half-grain solution. Good. Now then.
Pass me the sedative.
When you go toward you, I will make the injection.
You might want to use that, like a trank gun instead.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what the plan here is.
He's gonna take that torch from you and
Yeah, I mean, Fritz had a torch. And just so we're all on the same page, there's not a sedative on the planet that given it intramuscularly like that works within 10 minutes.
yeah, unless it's made for an elephant instead.
Oh, even those they take forever
Well,
to
yeah,
take
but
effect.
on
Oh my God, he's down.
uh-oh, someone's here.
Just like shoot him,
Real man.
dude.
Dr. Barman. Are you hurt? No, I'm all right. It's nothing. See who's at the door.
Dude, he has old man bones.
Townspeople.
He has old man bones. He's not okay.
Your father are coming up the hill to seek you. You must keep them out. Too late. They must not see that. Here, quick. They're hitting your head. Quick.
Let's drag the giant body.
Yeah, for real.
I'm feeling for the actor right now. Thump, thump, thump.
Henry, hurry upstairs and get that blood off your face before your father and Elizabeth get here.
Now, when I was a kid, Universal Studios was very small. Their tourist park, their theme park that you could go to.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things they had was a Frankenstein. And the guy was good. He was almost exactly looks like that, and he would stay very still until they got a really big crowd around him, and then he'd scare everybody.
That's pretty cool.
It was great.
Have you seen the Spirit Halloweens now? You know you go up and step on the pads and the thing does whatever it's going to do. Have you seen that they're replacing those with real humans now? Like every
that's
so
even more
often,
fun.
one of them is a real dude, and so somebody will like step on it, and they'll just reach out and grab them and start running.
You're trying to burn it down, eh? What's that for, eh? Well, what's the matter with you? You look to be being kicked by a horse.
Get out of my room, Dad.
Where's Henry? Why? Well?
He can't be disturbed just now.
Oh, can't he? I'll soon settle that nonsense.
So Dad thinks he's just running like a sex dungeon here, right?
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks he's got a girl in the windmill.
What's that?
I beg your pardon. I am Dr. Barman.
Oh, are you? I'm Baron Frankenstein. Perhaps you know what all this Tommy rot's about. I'd be shot if I do.
I would advise you to take Henry away from
Was that a cough or was he just harumphing?
Yes.
Where are you, my dear?
I feel like Baron Frankenstein is screwed. I feel like he's going to get red-shirted real hard. He's going to antagonize the monster, and it's just going to mollywop him.
Come here.
Henry,
Elizabeth.
Oh, he's dead.
Victor! Dr. Bradman, come quickly! My dear, what have they done to you?
It's all my fault. Get him on the sofa.
It only took 3 of them to carry the giant body.
Yeah. In their defense, now there's 2 old men and a lady as well. And ladies in the
They have a
30s.
strength.
Ladies
They
in
have
the
a
30s.
strength of 10.
Yeah, ladies in the 30s were not allowed to lift more than like 3 pounds. It was a different time.
Now drink. Drink this. There. There, that's better.
Is that just
I'm going to take
alcohol?
you home with me, Henry.
No, I can't. I work. What will happen to the records of my experiments? We will preserve them. And I will see that it is painlessly destroyed. No. Yes, leave it all to me. Poor Fritz. Oh, my poor...
There, Henry, you can't do any more now. You must come home until you get well again. You'll soon feel better when you get out of here.
And then they're just gonna leave the monster.
He's not just killing it.
Definitely not.
Is he going to vivisect it? Is that the plan? Don't increase.
I don't know.
resistance.
I would
Strong.
think you'd
Yeah, he's gonna vivisect it.
dissection. He maybe should have given it more of that stuff.
No, he should have killed it, Pam, is what he should have done.
You make sure it's dead before you cut it open.
Well, no,
because
his plan is not. His plan is to just drug it and dissect it while it's alive, so he can learn more. Because he said that he's trying to just drug it instead of killing it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got it. He's just kind of got this one coming too.
Yep. Just because it's mostly dead doesn't mean it can't feel pain.
I don't understand what his plan is. Oh, well. That's going to be an extra D6 of sneak attack damage there. Oh no, he died of surprise. Man, he's motoring around a lot better now, huh?
Yep. Everything's working and talking to each other like it's supposed to. You know, because you run on electricity anyway.
Oh shit, he figured out how to turn a doorknob. We're screwed now. It's like a baby.
Nice painting there in the background.
Yeah. Well, he could have just been doing that to begin with.
Yes, but then we wouldn't have a movie.
Those horrible days and nights. I couldn't think of anything else.
Did you hear him turn towards the microphone? Did you hear the sound difference?
Let's think about us. When will our wedding be?
He's got some guy liner going on there too.
He does.
As soon as you like.
Oh, that's the first sign someone's gonna die. They
Yep.
kissed.
Yep.
These are in
What is it? What in the hell is this?
Your great-grandfather wore this, Henry. Looks as good as new now, eh?
Is this supposed to be a preserved flower that his grandfather wore? Is that what we're to believe?
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
I mean, they could have waxed
Great
them.
grandfather.
I placed
Mhm.
this on your mother's head.
Because I think wax flowers used to be more of a thing.
Today you will make me very happy by doing the same for Elizabeth. And I hope in 30 years' time, a youngster of yours will be carrying on the tradition.
Yeah.
Now, how about a little drink, eh? My grandfather bought this wine and laid it down. My grandmother wouldn't let him drink it. Oh, bless her heart. Yes, she was very good health.
Cheerio.
Well, you all full? Yes, come along. Here's a health to a son of the House of Frankenstein.
Though we all be American and British, we have a wonderful German last name.
Young Frankenstein. Steen. Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Serving the cheap crap. Oh, they're just casually mistreating the servants.
It'll do you good.
House of Frankenstein.
Thank you. Now then, about your business.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Cheerios.
It is a beautiful house. What is this?
This is the town celebrating with all their lederhosen and their braids. I'm pretty certain there's going to be a flying car rolling through, you know, chitty chitty bang bang.
Yeah.
They're calling for you, Val. Hey, oh. Well, I suppose I better show myself.
Yeah. See you later. Oh, it would be hilarious if the crowd just like rebelled.
Thank you all very much indeed. I'm very pleased to see you all.
Do you see where they ran out of costuming? You see the one guy
Yep.
just in a suit and a top hat, and everybody else is wearing lederhosen?
You mean like that guy there too? Oh, but he's got a fedora on. So.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're in, you know, the traditional costume just for the wedding celebration.
Yeah. This all takes place in New Jersey, and this is just little Bavaria in New Jersey.
Oh, and that guy borrowed his from the Spanish set next
Yeah.
door.
You stay here, Maria. I'll just take a look at my traps. Doggone militant have a grand time, huh?
She got a kitty too.
Constance, bye. Tell him I'll be back soon.
Daddy, won't you stay and play with me a little while?
You're echoing a little bit, Pam.
You stay and play
He's
with
cracked.
the kitty, huh?
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye. Be a good girl now.
Come on, kitty.
That cat is pissed. Did you see its mouth?
Yeah,
It was like,
it went down.
yeah.
Whereas mine's curled up on my desk again,
Yeah.
asleep.
I hope the cat just unloads on his face.
Who are you? I'm Maria. Will you play with me?
So I get that this is supposed to be like a touching, like Frankenstein, the monster is really human. But what a dumb kid.
A very trusting little girl.
This is a good way to die.
Would you like one of my flowers?
If she hadn't been taught about stranger danger.
No.
He's trying to smile.
Yeah.
You have those, and I'll have these. I can make a boat. See how mine floats?
Uh-oh.
No, you're hurting me! No!
Uh-oh. Oh. Hooray! Unfortunately, Maria didn't know how to swim.
Exactly. How do you live on the edge of water and not learn how to swim yet?
Oh, did she actually just drown?
Very quickly, yes.
They just straight up murdered a little girl on the show, huh? Oh, is this the slap dancing? Oh, they're not gonna
Don't
just.
have Adams to know better.
They're not just gonna slap each other. Do you remember that on National Lampoon's European Vacation, where Chevy Chase goes up there and does this, and they just start slapping him?
Well, would you blame them?
Yeah. I really like their hats. What's that sign say?
Schuler.
So it is actually German. I was hoping it was just like a sign for Sears or something.
And they're street names.
Elizabeth. Oh, how lovely you look. But you shouldn't be here.
I must see you for a minute.
I do have to say, Pam, I don't think she's a great actor.
Could you leave us for a moment?
Oh, the curse of women everywhere. The awful bridesmaids' dresses.
Yeah. Those aren't that bad. I mean, you couldn't wear them really anywhere else, but...
Why, what is it?
I'm so glad you're safe.
Safe? Of course I'm safe. But you look worried. Is anything wrong?
No. No, forget my foolishness. It was just a mood. There's nothing the matter.
Of course there is.
She's lying.
yeah.
I'm afraid. Terribly afraid. Where's Dr. Feldman? Why is he late for the wedding?
Oh, he's always late. He'll be here soon.
Something is going to happen. I feel it.
Something's already
I
happened.
can't get it out of my mind.
You're just nervous. All the excitement and preparation.
No, it isn't that. I felt it all day. Something is coming between us. I know it. I know it.
Sit down and rest.
I can't believe I'm still caught on that little girl drowning in like
I could just
2 inches of
3
water.
seconds.
Yeah.
Well, they say you can drown in 3 inches in your bathtub, so
Yeah, but
maybe she hit her head on something too.
I guess.
So she was unconscious. But we didn't even get
I'll
bubbles.
always be with you.
Will you, Henry? Are you sure? I love you so.
That's quite some penciled in eyebrows there.
How beautiful you look.
Yeah.
What's that?
They made him real long.
What's that?
Henry! Dr. Feldman. What about Dr. Feldman?
Henry, don't leave.
Is he the only person to actually say the German V there?
Henry.
I think he
Yes.
actually said Waldman.
Waldman.
Monster. He's been seen in the hills terrorizing the mountainside.
Oh, shit.
The phone call is coming
Yeah.
from inside the house.
He has GPS. What are they doing? Do they not know how sound works? Oh, no, they're going to get guns. No?
I don't know what the... Weapons. Don't you know where your weapons are?
Are they looking for weapons or are they looking for it? For, like, the monster?
In the cellars.
Because I feel like when they heard the sound and they all went upstairs, surely they would have been able to tell it was below them.
That would make it far too much... Oh, there it is.
Oh, never mind. It was not in the cellars. See, if this was Madeline Kahn, she'd just seduce it.
Yep.
And everything would be fine.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah.
Let's see if she's got a decent horror screen.
Mm. Not
Yeah,
bad.
She's terrible.
She did the hand. She did the hand
Yeah.
right.
There we go.
There she goes. Why doesn't she stop screaming and start saying, "I'm in the library. Come and get me here"? Oh, no, just dead. Oh, not dead.
Don't let it come here.
Kid's dead, though.
Very.
The little girl's doing a pretty good job of being dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is he gonna know to blame the monster? I mean, and if so, what signs did he have?
No, he's going to the Burgermaster and the Baron. He knows how to stop a party, that's for sure.
Yeah. But I just wonder if he's going to instantly be like,
Oh, that was
Frankenstein's
a
monster did
horrible
this.
wig.
Look, that's a lot of people to outfit for a wardrobe. Who are these people? I want to know
Other
what they're doing.
townspeople in the hanging out the window.
So what I'm getting at though is why do they have any reason to believe this was anything other than just this little girl drowned?
I forget. Let's see, there he's going to the burgomaster.
Yeah,
he's
I figured
essentially
that.
like the marshal.
Yeah, I figured that.
She's drowned.
Okay, so not accusing.
Poor man. Why'd you bring her here to me?
But she's been murdered.
How do we know that?
He's about to ask.
Nope.
I'll see the justice is done. Who is it?
Nope. No investigation at all. Who did it? I don't know. Frankenstein. I hear
Somebody.
he's got some weird stuff going on.
I don't know.
Oh, those riding pants are amazing.
That pin says nothing. It's maddening. Is the old man sure you're all right? Our wedding day, Daddy. The wedding will only be postponed a day at most. A day.
Seems
He's gonna
unlikely.
wear that to get married in? The other guy's dressed better.
Yeah.
I made him with these hands.
Well, I think he was wearing a suit earlier. I think he just changed out of it after all this happened.
No. You stay
Or he's
here
gonna
alone
go
in this-
ride to check
Yeah.
out, find the monster.
Whatever happens, you understand? In your care.
That means when I'm dead, you have to marry her.
Exactly.
They've all got shillelaghs. They're Scottish now.
Ludwig, you will search the woods. Those are your group.
For who?
Whoever killed the...
Frankenstein.
But they have no idea.
To the mountain.
Nope, they don't. Well, they just figure it wasn't somebody they know. You know, it's a small town, so they know everybody. Nobody in the town would do this kind of thing.
Get him alive if you can, but get him.
Why is that a good... Why are we bringing him in alive?
Search every ravine, every
Because they think it's a regular dude.
fiend must be found.
But Frankenstein is with them. He's right there. He knows it's not a dude.
Your torches are
He knows, but he hasn't told anybody because then he has to explain his part in it.
Oh, they got the dogs.
Oh, they got the hounds out. Who let the dogs out?
Bloodhound's not notoriously German. God, I really want him to start singing a song right now. Just like, hi-ho, hi-ho, off to the murder we go.
They forgot their pitchforks.
"'Twas beauty killed the beast."
Stop! Frankenstein Mountains! Ludwig! Lake party!
He said Frankenstein Mountains. Ludwig.
Lake
Party.
party.
This way. Ludwig, we don't care what you do. Just go away. Yes, he definitely took a boat. That's a good plan. Just no organization down where they're searching.
Nope.
Oh wait, the dogs
Good
apparently
thing
can
it's a
smell it.
It's a small set.
Yeah.
Are you searched there? Chris, come with me.
They're further splitting the party, which seems like a bad idea.
Now, of course, you know, when this was released in the US, that part with the little girl dying was deleted.
That makes sense.
And even now, you're not going to see kids dying in
No,
ghost movies.
it's a bold
Unless
decision.
they're at least teenagers.
Yeah, that's a bold decision.
At camp. Yep. Oh, he's found another body.
Who is this? Oh no, he's not dead.
They went that way.
He's not hurt. He's drunk. Listen to him. He's drunk on cheese. Every time I watch movies like this, I wonder, like, what all movies this set has been in. Like, what all movies have these rocks been in?
Lots of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's Transylvania, even.
Come back. This way.
Well,
I'm
that,
going to
like,
climb up the mountain with a torch in one hand.
yeah. He's literally
Now
30
you
feet.
want to listen to him?
He's 30 feet away. How can he not
But you
hear
have to
them?
go up.
I know, but how can they not hear each other? Uh-oh.
Now it looks like the Vasquez Rocks. That's down in SoCal. They shoot a lot of movies there.
Uh-oh. His hair's got a lot of oil in it. You should try burning that. Ah! Not afraid of fire anymore, I guess. He honestly made zero effort to defend himself, too.
It's Frankenstein. That way.
Oh, oh, he's on fire. He's on fire.
Not yet.
Just gonna throw him over the cliff? No?
Yeah, the dogs aren't going to help.
Yeah, it seems like they're also screwed now.
He's going home to the old windmill. Nope, wrong windmill.
I was about to say, this windmill is made of wood, and the other one was made of stone.
The stone.
Oh,
Well, that was handy.
that's convenient. Frankenstein didn't have to learn how to lock a door. It just happened.
Except that, it's made out of wood and they all have torches.
I was about to say, honestly, I kind of think if you're a villager in, like, the early 1900s, you just light this thing up and just accept him as like a collateral damage type thing.
Or as SFR would say, burn it all down.
Yeah. I don't see why they don't just do that. How is he looking out of that window and seeing them from behind ramming the door? Man, I bet if you dropped the monster into the grist mill there, I bet that would take care of him. Oh, he's going for the Kirk hammer fist.
And you wondered where Shatner got it.
Yeah.
All right, who's taking bets?
I love their action choice is just "Ah, ah, ah."
Get him! Get him!
Yeah. Oh! Oh, well, it's a very bad dummy. I've got to be honest. All right, so he's dead now. He's not dead now?
He's not dead. He's just got internal bleeding, so he's dead soon.
Everything is broken.
Bring him down to the village and let's take him home.
So they're just gonna leave? Yep.
There we go. Burn it down.
Yeah, just burn it.
Hey, it works for the affordables.
Yeah, just burn it. There we go.
Except they don't have to try so hard to light something on fire.
Yeah. I still don't think they're doing this very efficiently, the way they're trying to burn this.
No, they're
they
just
s-
lighting the
They seem to be
face out of there.
they seem to be lighting
They're
the
lighting-
ground around it on fire.
But it seems to have caught anyway.
Now it's on fire.
Did somebody bring an oil lamp and toss it at the sun?
Yeah.
He's
Dude.
lucky it's not the backdraft set.
At this point, he should just jump off the mill head first. Honestly, that's his best option.
It's not like it's going to hurt him.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, now he's stuck.
Well, now he's gonna burn to death.
Unless it starts raining.
I don't know if rain will put out that kind of fire. That's a lot of fire.
That is a lot of fire.
Usually when we pan back on that kind of fire, that means this is an unquenchable fire. The windmill's still going, though. What are they giggling about?
They're
Oh,
bringing her ladyship some
did he live?
alcohol.
Frankenstein lived?
What's all this?
What's all this then?
You want, eh? What's this?
If you please, Herr Baron, we thought that Mr. Henry could do with a glass of his red
So here's a question, Pam. Did you know about the I can't remember what the name of the law was, but the morality law that anyone who was involved in a crime, and this was a U.S. law, so I don't know if it pertains here or not, was not allowed to get away punishment free in a movie until like the 70s. So like, if you had a lead who like James Dean in like Rebel Without a Cause or something, since he had done crime in the movie, he had to go to jail. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder.
But see, that wasn't. But this is before that came into play.
So that law actually went into place in the 20s in the U.S. But since this
in
was
some areas,
so
this
I wonder.
Mhm.
So that's what I wondered is like, how do we have Henry? Because he's definitely at fault. You know what I mean? That's a little weird to me.
Yeah, but if you also think about it, some of the early pictures, like the Tarzan pictures, we didn't have the rating system back then either. So there was the morality law, but then also you had like Johnny Weissmuller swimming in the river completely in the buff.
Yeah. So that was
And
really
they're
cool.
showing it.
Did you see the message over the end credits? It said a good cast is worth repeating, and then it had the list again. That's a really cool touch.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it's just because I've heard and seen the story of Frankenstein so many times that like that felt really cliche. But I guess the reason it feels cliche is because it is
The original?
the original. Make sure you don't end your stream yet, even though we're just on that, because it would mess up all our stuff on the main
Okay.
Twitch. But yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that, but I gotta be honest, I like Young Frankenstein more still.
Now remember, this of course, as you said, it was the first one, so all the other ones copied this one.
Yeah, and that's kind of true.
So other good ones, of course, like I said, the one where De Niro is the monster.
Mm-hmm.
That one is titled Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. That came out in '94.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I sat through almost the entire film before I figured out it was De Niro. Because they don't tell you at the beginning. I'm like, who is that? It's really familiar. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
So you're saying
Because
that You're saying
De
that
Niro's amazing.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Frankenstein, is not your favorite Frankenstein?
No.
He was barely a
No.
part of that movie, but it was an odd one. I don't know. It was very good. Not Bela Lugosi. Boris Karloff is very good at what he does, and he has a very particular face that lends itself to this kind of work, I would think.
No, actually, so there's that one, but if you really want the good one, you have to go to the Mad Monster Party.
We'll check it out
He does
sometime.
the Monster
Oh
Mash.
God, I don't like that. That sounds like some '60s bullcrap.
Yeah, because there's that song. You've heard that song,
Yeah,
right?
I know the Monster Mash.
Right.
Yeah,
It comes from that show.
yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. We'll watch some other Frankenstein stuff. What's on the docket for next time? I forgot.
Oh, next one. So for next month, it's The Thing from Another World.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah. And that's an old black and white as well.
You know,
And it's one of my favorites. I used to watch it every time they aired it. Now they don't air it very often. But yeah, I think you'll like it.
I think that,
And then of course we'll get the follow-up month will be the more recent version.
I think at some point we do need to look into doing some of the copyright free ones, and we'll talk about that at some point. But yeah,
that would be fun.
Yeah, I guess that's where we're gonna start wrapping this up. Overall, I would give this one, I don't know, for old horror movies, I would say 4 stars out of 5 on this one. Like, I really like this. I like the set design a lot. Like, I really like how these old sets look. I prefer movies made in the 60s and before, just because the look and the talent of the actors. You know, every actor on the cinema screen and before 1965 had to be able to sing, dance, tap.
And consider, practical effects.
Yeah,
They did not have CGI back then. They had to burn that shit down.
Yeah.
I can imagine the time he had to spend in the makeup chair.
Yeah, and and the use of model work and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that was a model windmill, but even if it was, just the patching that by hand, those 2 pieces of footage together to make it work. It's really incredible what the old timers used to do, especially in the conditions. Yeah, with basically no budget.
No budget, shoestring. It's like, the high school drama club.
Yeah, just barely better than that. And yet they were making... I wonder what Hammer was doing with all their money. Because all of these movies made good money, but they weren't really reinvesting it back into the product that they were making.
No, they just kept cranking these movies out one after the other.
Somebody made a butt ton of money on these.
Well, Universal's still making money hand over fist.
Yeah. And I know we talked about the budget on the last one was like 30 grand or something ridiculous like that.
See if I can find it.
Yeah, what the budget for this one was. Let's see.
Obviously, I've looked this movie up too many times because it came up right away. Maybe with a wiki has it. Let's see. Yeah, I know what that's all about.
That doesn't seem right. That must be in current, in like...
Well, the profit of $700,000 back then.
So I have a budget here of $262,000 is what... Yeah, $262,000 US dollars was the budget on this one. So this actually was a relatively... It wasn't
it wasn't
super
quite
low
as
budget.
low budget. Not like the others, no.
Because the horror of Dracula is what the other one was called, right?
Mm-hmm.
That one's budget was $81,000. And it was 27 years later because it was made in 58. So, yeah, that one was made on an incredibly low budget. Wow. That puts that even more into perspective.
And in like 2 months.
Yeah. But anyway, do you have anything else, Pam, or do we want to wrap that up here for tonight?
No, I think that's all I've got tonight. But this was fun.
It
It's
was
been a
fun.
long, long time since I've seen this.
Yeah,
I might have to share the Abbott and Costello one with the kiddo.
yeah, for
I'm
sure.
introducing him to the old stuff. I got
That's a
him to
lost
start.
art.
Yeah, I got him to start watching Mission Impossible with me. I'm
So,
just waiting for him to start seeing Leonard Nimoy in there and go,
oh, the old ones with, oh God,
yes, Mr.
did
Phelps.
didn't it have, wasn't oh my gosh, his name's escaping me. The guy he was in Airplane, the old man. Um,
Leslie Nielsen?
yeah, wasn't he in a few episodes of?
No,
I think he
no.
was in. I think he guest starred in a few episodes of Mission Impossible.
Maybe in the last ones. But
Yeah, I used to watch that with my parents too. But that's why I'm really trying to get my wife to watch. Like, we're watching AFI's top 100 films of all time, and there's old films like Duck Soup on there, and some Abbott and Costello stuff, and she's really resistant to watching them because she's like, the comedy just, I don't think it'll be what I like. But it's amazing when you watch these old comedic actors and how relatable and funny the stuff they do still is.
maybe you're thinking of Martin Landau and not
Maybe.
Leslie Nielsen.
Let me look at the Mission Impossible
See,
cast.
see now, when that movie came out, there was a bunch of us who were very excited that it was out, and we all went to see it together. And everyone of us walked out of the theater pissed off because they made Mr. Phelps a traitor.
Yeah.
And there was 7 of us. We were all pissed, and we've never watched another one since.
No,
Fuck Tom Cruise.
who I was mistaking for him, and this is a weird, and maybe it won't make any sense to you. Peter Graves is who I was mistaking for him.
Basically, they're similar.
They are. They both had white hair long before their time. But yeah,
Mr. Phelps. Yes, Mr. Phelps.
yeah, Jim Phelps. But yeah, I think that's it. We'll do this again in a month. I know we didn't have a huge turnout, but we appreciate you guys that were here for this, and we look forward to seeing you next time. We enjoyed it, and even if nobody likes it, we're going to keep doing it because we have a good time doing it.
We're having fun. Yes.
We are. So thank you guys for being here, and we will see you next time.